Good afternoon, this is Guerra Guerra, and we're here looking to have you chime off on some topics. And the topic today we'd like to discuss is really the U.S. Steel Company and how there's a Japanese and a foreign company looking to buy our domestic U.S. steel. So, hey, have you heard anything about the Japanese trying to buy U.S. steel? It's all in the headlines, and it sounds like it's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant development, considering all things. It involves Nippon Steel, which is a pretty major Japanese steelmaker, making a pretty decent bid to acquire U.S. Steel, which of course is an iconic American steel company.
Wow, so Japanese company wants to buy U.S. steel? That seems like a big deal. Why would they want that?
There are several reasons, honestly. The first one being about just the global market share, as acquiring U.S. Steel would give Nippon Steel a much stronger presence not only in North America market, but also making them one of the top steel producers worldwide if this deal actually was to go through.
So this is about business expansion? It makes sense, but what about U.S. side of things? Why would U.S. Steel agree to this?
Well, U.S. Steel actually has been facing a lot of issues and challenges these recent years, including competition from overseas and the need for significant investments for modernization. This acquisition could provide them with the necessary capital and resources that would allow them to remain competitive and move through with this modernization process.
Yeah. Are there any concerns about this deal going through? I mean, I imagine there might be some political or national security concerns.
Oh, absolutely. It's all over the news how there's been a lot of pushback, particularly from unions, a lot of politicians. I mean, it was shut down by Biden, and Trump seems to be following the same sentiment when it comes to that. So there are a lot of things that they're concerned about with potential job losses, how it will impact the American manufacturing. And there's also the Committee on Foreign Investments in the U.S., or like CFIUS, which reviews foreign acquisitions of U.S. companies for national security implications. And they basically are taking a close look in this deal, and that's probably why Biden and Trump are going to be siding like on the same thing for not allowing this deal to go through for national security.
So CFIUS could block the deal if they see a threat to national security, is what you're saying?
Absolutely. They have the power to do so, and considering factors like potential impact on critical infrastructure and the U.S. Steel's industry ability to meet national defense needs, it's a very likely possibility that has basically already happened.
I wonder how this will affect the price of steel in the United States.
It's hard to say for sure, as some analysis speculate that it could lead to increased competition and potentially lower prices in the long run due to lack of a monopoly on it, and that's basically the main thing for that.
What about workers in U.S. Steel? Are they worried about their jobs?
Absolutely. That's one of the major pushbacks from the unions, is worried about basically expressing a strong opposition to this deal for that. Basically citing their main concerns about losing their jobs, getting cut, and also not to mention impacts on worker rights.
All right, as we talk about this topic of U.S. Steel and Japan looking to take it over, we also consult with our AIs, and in this particular case we like to use Google's Gemini as it is current and relevant, and it has some great things. So here's some of the suggestions that the AI, as far as the acquisition of the U.S. company, another steel producer like Cleveland-Cliffs or Nucor could acquire U.S. Steel. This could potentially be something positive, and I know there have been looks at that. There are other private equity firms that could invest in U.S. Steel. But one of my favorite topics is actually government intervention. Direct investment. The U.S. government could provide loans, grants, and tax incentives to U.S. Steel to support modernization, research development, training, and everything that it really needs at this point. And it's something similar that our country has done for companies like Boeing that are very tied to the infrastructure and the gross domestic product of this particular country. There's also tariff protection, nationalization, but some of the others would be if it doesn't already have a stock ownership plan or an ESOP plan. So employees of U.S. Steel could become owners as well. So we have lots more things that we could go down as far as venture capitals and technology partnerships, but we'd like to hear your opinion and just wanted to share what the AI thought. Thanks, and have a great day. This has been Guerra and Guerra, sounding off.